have for you guys today is some Raker Shops. Now, this is a non-blue combo deck, artifact based and vintage. Ideally, you are going to want to cast Glaring Flesh Raker, which makes you make a little sacrificial mana dork, but it also will deal 1 damage to your opponents whenever a colorless creature enters. You can make the colorless creature enter by casting an artifact or colorless spell, of which this deck has plenty. And then the combo is you can either get 2 Sensei's Divining Tops, and you can draw 1, put it on top of your library, and then draw with the other one to grab the first one, play it again, get your spawn, get your ping, draw a card. The card is the second one off the top again, and you just continuously loop them until your opponent is out of life. Alternatively, you could do the same thing with Mystic Forge and just 1 top by continuously casting and putting it on top and casting it from the top of your library. And this deck also features Time Vault with Tezzeret and a whole 3 keys to untap it, because we have tons of stuff we can untap with the keys and the Tezzeret. Tezzeret was a huge upgrade for this deck, and I love Tez and Tinker and PO, so I haven't really played, I think, any Tez with Raker. Definitely not on camera yet, so I'm looking forward to the first round here, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, here we go against Comrade 1312. This is match 1 of our league, and I have all kinds of mana, but not really a lot else going on. I think I can do better than this. This is better. Here I think I'm on the draw, so I'm just going to get rid of the Chalice, because my opponent is likely to just dump out all their 0 drops on their turn 1. Grief, so this is likely Dredge or Scam. They pitch Dark Ritual, so this is the Scam deck. I believe they play Null Rods, which will make this difficult. I haven't had a whole lot of reps against this deck yet, but what they'll do is they pitched a black card to cast this for free. It's going to go to their graveyard, and they could likely play 1 mana Reanimate to get it back and take something else from my hand, just tearing it apart, punishing me for the mulligan. The other hand would have been better against this deck had I known, just because they do tend to rip your hand apart, and this deck can run low on resources. Opponents in the tank right now, they're just planning out all their life goals for the rest of this game. And that's fine, I'd be doing the same. That's half the value of Grief, is being able to see and sculpt and plan. Yeah, do I have that F6 tapped? I do now. Talk about F6 equity. Okay, so they went with the Flesh Raker first. Yep, then the Reanimate. Now they're probably going to take the Tez, would be my guess. And I get a top, so that's going to let me do some things here. So I can tap this for 3, play the key, okay, they counter that, that's fine. I can play the top, and then I can use the top to sculpt a little bit. Saga is the best against potential null rod. I think what I'll do is I'll go Tezzeret on bottom. It could find my second divining top. Flesh Raker on top. It can, that's my combo piece. And then I'm gonna plan on Urza's Saga-ing as sort of like a distraction. Maybe they'll wasteland it instead of a null rod or something that'll slow him down. Okay, so they're gonna go get another swamp. This is another thing the deck can do, is it can swamp cycle and then reanimate the troll. And I believe that it has a transformative sideboard where it can be less dependent on the graveyard if it expects me to bring in hate. Okay, go ahead and pop the Saga. And then I am going to go ahead and draw this here and cast it. Then next turn I can do something like I'll draw the top, cast the top, play the Tezzeret, go get another top, and just win the game, hopefully. Definitely not blocking. It has Menace. I can't even block anyways. Okay, so let's see if I'm going to be able to win here. Do I need to tap that? No, I guess I don't. I can just tap this because I know what my next card is. Do some always yield action. My opponent should have saved that mental misstep. I think that's probably the one big fail if I had to point to any mistake my opponent made. Oh, if I do this, I'll lose my other top. So now I regret tapping my Urza's Saga. But that's okay. So next turn I'm going to draw one top, and then I can tutor one with Saga, or I can tutor one with Tez. Like, both things are live next turn. I don't like this attack here, but I also don't think it really makes much of a difference. I think the safest thing is to just block with my dudes here. And I don't need to sack them, it's fine. It makes no difference. I don't need to just float mana to Simmer, so they're gonna play another attacker, exile my graveyard. That's fine. Because, yeah, I just do this, and then I do this. Get my second top. Okay, and then, top. Go into the sideboarding. So, here, the Masticores will be good, and the Worm Coil Engines. I don't think the Scrawly Crawlies are good here. I like Grafdigger's Cage over Soul Guide. I don't know if I want a second. I think Vexing Bauble is kind of mid here. I think Chalice is kind of mid here. And I'll put the second portable hole, or the portable hole in over a second Grafdigger's Cage. I think it's more important to put things like Null Rod in the P-hole than it is to potentially play something like Grafdigger's Cage that's, if they board out of being graveyard dependent, then, yeah, we'll want to head that off at the pass. Okay, so this hand does some things if they don't play a turn 1 Null Rod. This hand loses the game if they play turn 1 Null Rod. If they discard me, they can take all my mana, and I'll likely lose as well. Okay, this hand has the potential to win. Actually with Time Vault, so I'm going to put that back. Oh. And this still loses to Null Rod, but I can't just mulligan until I have a good mix of actual lands and spells, because then they can just wasteland me, and every time I mulligan, you know, it's just them getting a free Thoughtseize, basically. Me going and card down. So I'm just going to try and yellow it with this hand, then go down to 5. Okay, that sucks. Yep, packing it in. Like I said, I lose to turn 1 Null Rod. I'm not going to play that. Non-blue face-off, like, if I was on the play with that hand, I likely would have just won that one. Here's another one that could just win. So if I go shops, tap, monolith, tap, Tez, oh, whoops. Oh, I can still do it. Untap, tap, manifold key, time vault, untap, time vault, take extra turn. Yay! Turn 1 win on my first game. That's what's up. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, here we go. Facing up with Eco Scuro, not sure. Believe he's the trophy leader. If not, he's in second place right now. Him and the other guy, the other person, are leading in trophies by a wide margin. And they've been playing like some Eldrazi craziness last couple times I played them, but I think they're more well known for playing Oath. Either way, they haven't revealed Aluris, so it could be either of those things so far. This hand is slow, and the Vexing Bauble on the draw is even slower, but it does have Flesh Raker atop, a Tez to find another top, lands to play things. I think I'm going to keep this one. Keeping this hand is probably wrong when there's so much fast mana in this deck. I think my plan is going to be like turn 1 to drop the Vexing Bauble, turn 2 to top and spin, look at the top 3, hopefully sculpt something better from there. It's going to really suck if I look at the top 3 with my top and I don't find any mana to cast any of my 3-drops. That'll make me very sad. Very, very sad. My opponent's already mulliganed to 6. They're in the tank right now deciding if they're going to keep the 6er or go down to 5. Hopefully they go down to 5. Okay, they kept 6. Let's see what they do on turn 1. Okay. Naked Mox. And a top of their own. Bajuka Bog. Interesting. It's usually played with I can't think of that creature. It's in Prison Shops, but Prison Shops usually doesn't play the top, so it's interesting. That's good. That'll let me play a 3-drop. So now I'm gonna go land, no creature to pick. Bauble? Top. Okay. Go to their turn. Let's see what's up. Go ahead and get that F6 equity. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Eldrazi Temple. So they're doing the Eldrazi thing. Okay, Trinosphere. So that puts kind of a slow run on my plan here. So let's see here. I can play this. Nothing to phase out. And then I could play this. And then I'll draw a card. It's another Flesh Raker. That's good. Then I will go to their turn. I'm going to start trying to drain them faster than they can play creatures to beat my face in with. A Mystic Forge. Okay, but everything costs 3, so you're not playing anything fast off the top of your library. I don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, the top's going to cost 3 now, so I will at least play my second Flesh Raker first. Do some auto yielding. Play the top. Okay. Play the Tez. Tez will go get another top. Okay. And I think it's safe to attack with the Flesh Raker. So I can't go infinite, but I can do a pretty good impression of a fast drain this way. Okay. Exiling their Echoes. That's a sweet card. I played that in a colorless Liberator Commander deck. It was pretty casual. Okay, so they're going to do some spinning of their own. And then I'm going to win. Right on. So they're like Eldrazi. I want stuff like this. I don't think Chalice is what I want. Soul Guide ain't it. I don't know how good this Vexing Bauble was against them. I still need to cut 4 things. Is it crawler again? It's crawler again. Maybe I want to metamorph because I could see chaining rings. Could be path to success, and I think maybe I like that better than vexing. They don't really have a lot of free spells. They probably have some, like, you know, mocks or whatever. Okay, I like this one. This one's pretty good. So I'll keep this and see. So I could go Black Lotus, Tez. Tez can go and get Mana Vault. Which will play a Flesh Raker, and then I got a Pearl. No. Do I Talon Gates, Black Lotus, Flesh Raker? They're gonna Null Rod. They Null Rodded. Okay. Okay, so I need to play things that'll cast Flesh Raker or Tezzeret. And I think that my plan now is to just hold back my artifacts until I can get a Flesh Raker out, and then play my artifacts that aren't going to do anything. That'll change if I draw, like, Tolarian Academy. Mana Crypt would have been good if I could tap it. Okay, an early Kozilek's command. So they're doing some digging. They might have another one of those, or they're just looking for a creature to sort of seal the deal here. If they're smart and they take the Tolarian, they didn't, or the Talon Gates. Oh, but they're just gonna go get a Wasteland, right? Yeah, they got a Wasteland. This game's over. What do I have to get rid of? Something like... I mean, is the P-hole really all I have? I guess the Argenta Masticore can get rid of the thing. What do I take out for this? Maybe Karn? Oh, well, Karn could be good. They play... Is it Pithing Needle? What's Pithing Needle for? Okay. Okay, so I can do a lot here. I'm gonna keep this. Okay. So if I go workshop, tap workshop, play monolith, tap monolith, play flesh raker, use the extra 1 mana from workshop to play mana vault, tap mana vault. I could play the other flesh raker. That would give me 1, 2, maybe 3. Is that enough to cast Tezzeret? I'll have to do more math when I get there. So I'm hoping that I can make enough Scions with the Flesh Rakers to play Tezzeret. That way I can just get more mana and Flesh Raker triggers in. I'm going to be totally weak as fuck to Mind Break Trap this way. So I will at least make sure that I get 1 Flesh Raker in before I cast 3 spells. Okay, so this would be... Yeah, so this is 1 spawn. I gotta do this first. I'm just gonna untap this one. Okay, and it costs 4 to untap that. That's fine. And we'll go to their turn. See what they have in response to this. It'd be really cool if they like ramp out a Thought-Knot Seer that I can just dismember, cycle it for 4 life. I really like playing Flesh Raker. I think it's one of my favorite cards from MH3. Okay, that's fine. You can kill 1 fleshy. I'll auto yield to this. No. Go ahead and upkeep. I will cast this. Auto yield here. Go get a top. Cast the top using this artifact only mana. Because I want to tap this, take a look. I can play another Tez and get another top. No, I can't, not easily. So I'm gonna go Worm Coil, Tez, Ring. Draw a card. Play the Ring. Get my protection from everything. Draw my card. It's my top. Play the top. Just take a look because I'm a couple cards deeper now. And Oops All Tez on top of my library. I can't draw the Tez and then tutor another top. Or I could tutor one other top, but I don't think that it would be lethal. I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Null Rod is a card. Okay, so I can tap you. Go get... I mean, here it doesn't matter. Something that costs 0. We'll just say Mox Pearl. Okay. And then I can cast this. Get another couple of pings. Cast another Tez. Keep this one. Go get a card. Another 0 drop here. We'll do just another Mox. And I will attack. Now they can't tap their Ancient Tomb? Oh, they don't have an Ancient Tomb, it's an Eldrazi Temple. Okay, they got a blocker of their own. An Ancient Tomb they can't tap. No. And I'll take my ping here. Draw an artifact. That's not an artifact. I will at least take a bunch of damage to dismember that. Ouch, ouch. And now I can attack, and they're at least forced to block with their spawn token. And then I can just untap that to have one less trigger on my upkeep. Okay, Ugin is definitely sweet for their deck full of Eldrazi spells. Kozilek's Command. That sucks. See where they're at on this scry. Okay, they bought all three. So they did not find what they wanted to find. I don't want to take the 2 damage. I'll choose a 1 ring to keep. I'll keep the one without counters. Get my little to counter on Tezzy. And I will continue to pass and try and draw into some action. I'm going to keep this available so that if I find talent gates, never mind, I can't portable hole both null rods. Mox Ruby doesn't do anything quite yet. I'll just hold on to it. I'm going to keep it because if I find like the Masticore, I want things to be able to discard. If I find a Flesh Raker, I want something to be able to play. Okay, so there's a Talon Gates. I can P-hole 1 thing, but that's not going to be enough. So I'm going to keep this in my hand for now still. Yavimaya. Okay, so now I can at least tap my ancient tomb. They can too. A mystic forge. Alright. That's a thing. Well, they only have 1 mana available to them. Okay, they're destroying my tomb, trying to keep me off Flesh Raker. No. I can't think of anything that I could get with Tezzeret that'll help now that they have 2 null rods. Start utilizing some of this F6 equity. The only thing I can really like threaten to hold up is like Mindbreak Trap or something. I guess I have Talon Gates, but Worm Coil Engine. If I play the land, then I can play the Worm Coil Engine without taking damage. And let's see what they have to say about that. If they kill it without exiling it, it'll split in 2 and I can ultimate my Tez. Okay. A little Flesh Rake of their own. Okay, I need to start auto-yielding to these triggers. And that's game. Okay, so they took match 2 right out from under me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, here we go. Match 3, 1-1 record. My opponent is triple sleeved, and I won the die roll. I have cards in my hand. Let's see if this is good. Do I win? I do win. Yay! Okay, my opponent's not a Lura stack, and they didn't immediately have a counter spell. Maybe I bring in the P-hole, take out the Soul Guide. Unless they were Dredge and kept 7, I think that's okay to do, because they'll likely bring in Null Rods against me. This is another hand. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, not Dredge. It's looking more like a mirror match. They've got a Tez of their own. And with their Tez, they're going to go get a Black Lotus. A Chalice of the Void. That is A-okay. The only thing that blocks me from is my Lotus. Well, I know I get to chain some One Rings here. Okay, if I go key, tap, untap, I can go ring, right? Tap, untap. I'm gonna go Vexing Bauble first in case I have a Mind Break trap. Okay, and that is a turn. And the next turn I can use my Talon Gates to untap my Manifold Key. A One Ring of their own. Okay, I think I'm beating them in the One Ring race though. I'm gonna Pithing Needle the hell out of that Tez. No legal targets. That's cool. So I can pithing needle on Tezzeret Cruel Captain. Get that out of play. And then draw a bunch of cards. Okay, that's good enough for now. Okay, so Scrolly kind of blocks them from getting a lot of value out of their One Ring here. Pithing Needle is tapping out their Tez. They've got a bunch of cards, but they can't necessarily use them. Yep, so they're just playing shit at this point. Scrolly Crawly of their own now, huh? Don't think the One Ring protection will save me from Scrolly Crawly either. Okay. No untappy. Take my beats. Take some more beats. Oops. Oh, and that's Dundee Larowski. That's Deadski. Okay, going into game 3, I'll be on the play. I think I like Mindbreak Trap here. Do I? I know I like Metamorph. And I'm not so hot on P-hole here. Fortunately, I get to go first. Okay. And then that's it. Too bad I didn't have another 0. Fleshy of your own, huh? Okay, Tez of my own. I got the cool Tez. And this Tez can go get... It'll go get Black Lotus and I'll just play everything. Ow. Draw my card. Play my spell. And end my turn. Okay. Whew. Okay, they got a key. Untapping their monolith. Mystic Fortune it up. I think they just won. No, they didn't. Because it can't keep drawing their top. Okay, looks like they're primarily just trying to shuffle. And see what surprises they have in their hand to play with that Black Lotus. Another Tezzy. Okay, they're gonna spin. So this is gonna probably lock down my one ring. Good old pithing needle. Yep, locked down my one ring, as expected. Okay, they're gonna take another looky-loo. And they're gonna take a beat. I'm gonna take my beats there. Draw my extra card. Do my upkeep. A time vault. Okay. Woo! All right. That puts me 2-1 going into match 4. I'll see you guys there. Hello YouTube, we are back into match 4. I've got a 2-1 record. I am on the play up against Paposhi. I will keep this. I'll try it. Oh, Paposhi is going first. And I'm getting griefed. They probably care the most about the one ring. Yep. And this is actual factual dredge. So I need to pop their graveyard out. Okay, well, they're tearing apart my hand. Okay. I thought they would take Scrawly and leave the Tez, because I can't cast the Tez either way. And here they're going to have to take draws, so... because there's no Dredger here. I think it was wrong not taking the Scrawly Crawly. I guess I give them more dredges with this, though. So they're gonna... Oh. Figured they'd have threw dredgers in there. Okay, I still can't cast the Flesh Raker. But I can attack. I don't think that there's anything... Oh, I guess Narcomoebas I should be afraid of. I guess not, really. I'll play the Manifold Key. And I'll play the Ancient Tomb. And then I've got to pass. Okay, so now they have dredgers, so now I'm just going to be helping them dredge. So I need to combo, like, on my turn. That's crazy, they ran out of dredgers in there. They do have an Icarid, though. And they'll get an extra dredge here. Narcomoeba going to come back. Okay, so... I can get you. And then I can get you. And then I'll cast you. That leaves me with 3 mana. So it looks like I'm only going to get hit with one Icarid, and I can safely chump block with the spawn token if I wanted to. I don't think I need to if it's just one Icarid that I'm going to take. Okay, it's going to be an Icarid and an Amalgam. I haven't done the math to see if I really need this spawn token, but I am just going to take the full beat here. Yield, yield to all this crap. Nothing to untap. End of turn with the key. They get an extra dredge here. I get to go to my draw step. Another key. So I can cast both the Tezes. That'll go get tops. Okay, they've got a force of negation for that one. Okay, go get a top. Sure hope this works. Play a top. Go ahead and spin the top. I don't think this means I'm dead yet. So Okay, draw some cards. Go ahead and just shut off that bazaar while I can still. And take another peek at the top. Okay, now we're in town. And that should tell them that the writing is on the wall here. Righto. Took down game 1 against Dredge. That's pretty good. See you guys into game 2. Okay. So obviously, this stuff, and I like this. I won't need the Scrawly Crawlies or the Karn for this one. Three, 4, going for it. Not susceptible to Chalice. I am weak to that though. Okay, so now they have dredgers. I'll play out this top. Take my beats. Okay, so I need to find something good off this spin. Mystic Forge, Grafdigger's Cage, Ancient Tomb. Okay. So if I go Grim Monolith, shit. I think that just means I lose. I take 9, 10. That's game. Wait, no. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They just need one creeping Jill. There it is. Okay. Well, let's win in game 3. That's a mulligan. Oh, man. Okay, this is a keeper. I think here I go like that. Let's see what the best sequencing here would be. If I go Crypt, Tolarian, Tap Tap, Flesh Raker, Mox, Top. Okay, so land, Mana Crypt, Flesh Raker, Emerald, always yield to these triggers, top, spin top, oh, I shouldn't even have Chalice in here. Okay. So now I'm going to have to keep spinning the top to shuffle that Chalice around because it's not doing anything. Treats for kitties. Okay. Go ahead and take a look. Definitely a good spot to probably take the One Ring. And I'll go ahead and attack while I can, and I'll enjoy a turn with the One Ring's protection. I just gotta remember not to chump block the Icarid because I can take a hit. They do nothing. Always yield to that. I don't know how many more turns of that I'll need. I don't need to do that because I did that end of turn already. And I should go ahead and pay the one to just sculpt because I don't want to draw that chalice if I can avoid it. Okay, so that will help them not win. And oh, I played the Ancient Tomb. I shouldn't have done that one. Oh, it don't matter. Okay, they're choosing to try and draw to interaction, and I win. Alright, 3-1 record going into round 5. I'll see you guys there and see if I can seal the deal with a 4-1. Okay, here we go on to the round 5 for the 4-1 up against Triple Sleeved again. I believe that this was my mirror match opponent. They're on the draw. That's going to be a little difficult, but I do appreciate having some Scrawly Crawly supremacy on turn 1. Okay, hopefully that means a slower start for them. And I was wrong. cat just scratched the crap out of my leg. So they played their Tezzeret. They're going to untap their Grim. Play a top. Let me auto yield here. They're going to take their top for a spin. Okay, that actually doesn't affect my hand in its current configuration. That's cool. So first step is I'm gonna go workshop, tap U, tap Tez, untap, tap, one ring, get an auto yield here, got my protection, tap for my card, it's another one ring. Okay, so now I hope my opponent doesn't find their way into a scrawly crawly of their own. Time Vault for the win. They don't have anything. Yep. That's a win. This kind of stuff. I do like Pithing Needle. I can name One Ring or Tez, whichever one they don't have. Don't need the Soul Guide. Don't need the Lodestone. Karn's good. I'm on the play, so I like Vexing Bauble and Chalice, and on the draw, I think I'll take them out for more Mind Break traps. I'll keep this, but it is kind of dangerous. It's just kind of slow, I guess. Okay. Next turn I can play Karn, and then after that, okay, can I play? I can. No. I'll have 3 mana. Well, I can play my 1-drops next turn for sure. I would like to be able to plop this Karn down. Okay, Grim Monolith of their own. Tezzy Boy. Tezzy untap. I feel like my opponents had the Grim Monolith Tez start quite a bit. And then a Time Vault. Okay, so now I really need to find a way to plop this Karn down. If I don't get the Karn down, I will lose. I don't want to lose. Okay, let's see if I can find a 2-mana land or something. Sensei's Top will do the trick. I am going to play the Vexing Bauble now, in case I have Mindbreak Trap or something. Do some yielding, because it looks like they're going to make me at least partially play it out. Okay, they're going to make me play it out. Alright, I guess they're not. 1-1, going into the final game of the league. This last one is for the 4-1. So I said I would take Vexing and Chalice out and put Mindbreak Traps in. Let's see how that works for me. Hopefully good. I will try this one. It gets the Flesh Raker out, and then kind of has to figure it out from there. This likely probably wasn't the right hand to keep, but that makes it a lot better. Mindbreak Trap? No. They're going to do a little spin and look. And I can't do anything else. Okay, I have a feeling this game's going to get kind of grindy now. That Karn sucks. But I can get around it. Okay, get rid of my pearl. It's tough. So next turn they can get a Worm Coil or an Argenta Masticore, something like that. Which would make me want to kind of hold on to this. But I need the mana, so I just can't. I will phase this out. And then I'll get Pithing Needle this time. And here will be the Karn, the Great Creator that I lock out. That will have to do for now. Another Scrawly Crawly. Okay, so they have Scrawly Supremacy. If they attack my Planeswalker, that's fine. I have another one. Auto yield to that. Here. I will make a guy. Okay, so now they're going to restock my hand too. So let's see, if I live through their turn, I can make great things happen on my turn. All four Scrawly Crawlies. Okay, so that gets around the one ring protection. Have they already untapped something? That is game. Good game, opponent. Oh, looks like just another basic 3-2 here. But I like this deck. I would definitely be interested in playing more of it in the future. Yeah, other than that, little 35 pointer. Okay, well, I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't really have a whole lot to say here. Was really just kind of taking the deck for a spin. The portable hole, I mean, this deck seems like it just needs more answers or things to do in the face of Null Rod. Like, Null Rod seems to be its weakest enemy, which, go figure, it's an artifact deck. But that was fun. tomorrow I'm thinking I'm probably gonna run an Esper Tinker list featuring the One Ring. I think True Hero was running it. Was one of the people I seen with that particular build. There's a couple other people that have had some more success with a One Ring Tezzeret Esper Tinker build without PO. So I'm gonna give that a try. And yeah, thank you guys again. If you made it this far, like and subscribe and all that. Deuces.